Oh, Pisces, Pisces, Pisces. You know, sometimes the snow comes down in June, and sometimes the sun goes around the moon. You know the rest of the song, and if you don't, how do you not know that song? Welcome to your 5-card draw, What Do I Need read for this new moon in Gemini, waxing to full in Capricorn, June 2021. I am your reader, Pisces moon, Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo Lyons. But you, my fishy family, my mer people, may call me Mal, a mermal, almost an Ethel merman. Oh dear, 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 what an interesting week has been doing these readings. I'm doing this reading in the last tail bit of the new moon in Gemini before it goes void of course, so at least you'll get the energy of it, but by the time it hits YouTube, it'll probably be void of course. We'll talk about that in a minute. But first, let's get down to business. Let me tell you about this reading in case you are new. A 5-card draw, or a 7-card draw, or an 8-card draw, whatever I'm doing, is about pulling one card, in this case from 5 different decks. We've got 4 oracles and 1 healing system on the table here to get you the clues, tips, and hints you need about a specific time frame. I pretty much saved the card draws for waxing and waning moons, right? We are looking at this waxing moon starting at new in Gemini today at the time of this recording, Thursday, June 10th. I was up at 5 a.m., so I nailed new moon at 6:53 a.m., but it goes void, of course, at 1:36 p.m., about an hour from when I am doing this, right? Skin of the teeth. And we'll go into Cancer tomorrow, again, at the time of this recording, Friday, June 11th, 3:23 a.m. And I have to tell you, it's still new moon, regardless of what sign it's in. The first 3 days after new moon is that orb. It's not quite the waxing. It's still considered new moon, right? Seed planting, making your intentions and all that kind of stuff. So I gotta say, that energy in Cancer on a Friday is lovely, right? It's just very emotional and really good for us, and certainly it would help counterbalance that Mercury retrograde in Gemini, which has to be squaring whatever our planets are in Pisces, right? It doesn't matter. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Uranus, it's not fun. But also I'm a Virgo ruled by Gemini, so it's just been havoc here mentally and emotionally. Even the water cube I got from my cats that I've had for years, cleansed it, right? Cleaned it, plugged it back in. No, doesn't want to play anymore. I'm like, all right, Amazon. So it's been that kind of week, but I'm here, I'm queer, and I hope you're used to me. Oh, happy Pride Month. By the way, no, not parading this year, thank you very much. But nonetheless, I'm sure the gods have something fun in store for all of us, so let's talk about this particular thing. As I said, new moon to full, the full moon in Capricorn, June 24th, 2:40 p.m. And what's interesting about this is, like I said, Mercury is retrograde in Gemini, the new moon. Its ruling planet, Gemini, and the full moon is in Capricorn, ruled by Saturn, which is also retrograde. So we've got bookend retrogrades here. See what I'm saying? It's a little much, not a little bit much. So that's why the 5 decks here, aside from representing the voices of the pantheons of the divine that I work with every single day and have for decades, right? They are also representative of the 5 magical elements: fire, earth, air, water, and spirit, in that order. So this is a spell kit reading. One of my clients called it that. I was like, oh yeah, it is that. Sometimes you don't see it because it's too close, right? So regardless of when you see this, this will be giving you, if you're into spell work or intention work, whatever, the elemental balance of fire, earth, air, water, spirit to actually do it properly, right? In alignment, right? Bringing your desires, your actions, your thoughts, and your emotions in alignment with your spirit. So I'll call that out as I go. Otherwise, please be kind to YouTube readers. I very rarely get thumbs down on my reading, but I notice it with other really good readers. There's no reason for anybody to thumb down a YouTube reader, right? They're general reads. It's an immature reaction, right? Go back, if you've ever done it, go back, find those videos, right? And thumbs up, because we work really hard at this for a general read. And all that tells me when somebody throws a thumbs down is that they don't get it's a general read, right? Or they're angry it's a general read, or it is their reading, they just don't like what's there, and then really a more compassionate responses come to me. But I would tend to think these apply mostly to the romantic, sexual, twin flame, soulmate nightmare that's going on planet Earth. Please watch the Matt Kahn video if you have not yet. Matt Kahn, All for Love is the name of his channel. He's fucking genius. Soul Contracts, Twin Flames, and Soulmates Redefined. Came out 2018. Worth it. Worth it. That definition is so much healthier than this toxic confusion we're all going through. So I could see why somebody would thumb down a reading if they're trying to get someone out of their energy field and they keep coming back in the reading. But that's not the reader's fault, right? That's okay. Thumbs up anyway. It helps circulate it. Just saying. You know, I was born in the era where the digital watch was exciting, right? So at 52 years old, yes, I know I don't look it, thank you. It's a lot to learn, and it really grinds my gears. So that being said, enough. Down off the soapbox. Let's get up in this reading. All I can ask from anybody watching any of my reads is both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. You be here and now. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace I can from my pantheons of the divine, shall we? Please take a nice deep breath. Always remind me, all the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box, so if you make your way down there, you will see other cool stuff. I promise. They promise. They're the ones who told me to put it there. Here we go. Breathe. We're going to start with the magical spell card. It's by Lucy Cavendish, because I cannot say her name any other way for some reason. Here we go. The element of fire, what you will for, what you desire, what you want to cast for, your intention. Breathe. As for the last time today, and for this series, I call forth my ancestors of magic, of miracles, and of mysticism. Please, one card in clarity. A magical spell card to help the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving their reading, help identify, help hone, help clarify what it is they truly want, right? What they need and what they want all in one. For their element of fire, what they yearn for, what they burn for, what their hearts desire. This new moon and gem to full and cap. Well, how perfect for a new moon, even a waxing moon. New beginnings. You can't beat that. This is definitely a waxing moon read, not just because I said so. Let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. Oh, work. Let this magic in my spell, 7 syllables, clear the space in which I dwell. Oh my God, they got the meter right. Usually I do 8 and 8, but for a new beginning, I'll take a 7 and 7 and 7. My God, it's been decades since I've had a 7 and 7. I'm really more of a Malibu and Diet Coke boy. New beginnings with the butterfly. Now, usually I can't help it. Butterfly is a totem of transformation for me, so maybe this past dark moon, this past waning moon cycle, or Lord knows for how long for you, has been a lot of death, a lot of letting go, a lot of releasing, a lot of emotional purging. So why wouldn't you want a new beginning? And this is literally has the word spell in it. Let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell. Now, if that's inner or outer, we'll see. Pisces, right? Both fish. 2 fish. Dolphin and shark. I guess we'll clarify that. Let's keep going. We're going to do the crystal oracle for your element of earth, whether it's the stone that's indicated here or what's written in, because it's very oracular, this system. I mean, it says shit's going to happen, and then it seems to. So let's see what your element of earth is. This will be the voice of Archangel Ariel, my personal archangelic lineage, and when I call it out, you'll see why. Please take a nice deep breath. Because she loves me so much. My beloved Archangel Ariel, I love you so much too. Please, you who are one of the 3 archangels of the North powers of earth, the Archangel of Nature, the Archangel of Lyons, please, one card in clarity for my beloved fishy family, the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, casting for new beginnings and a new moon, waxing, Viberino, please. What's the perfect crystal oracle message for them? This new moon and gem to full and cap. Charrowite, or as I like to call it, the Coochie Coochie Goo Stone. The millennials have no idea what I just said. I love sending that shit over their heads. Charoite, I've actually worked with it. Relatively expensive though. It's got sort of the purple of amethyst, but it's opaque. It's not translucent or transparent, and is usually with some green and black in there, whether that's the medium it grew in or formed in, I should say. I haven't worked with it a lot, but it is a very high vibe stone, and I don't know, it definitely makes me want to coochie. Your keywords for Charoite: acceptance, generosity, clarity, inner vision. Definitely for me more of a third eye stone. So acceptance, generosity, clarity, and inner vision. Charoite is a highly spiritual crystal that helps awaken higher wisdom. Yeah, definitely third eye crown, grace of wisdom. In the crown chakra, check out my book, Words of Grace. It's sorted by chakra chapter. You are being asked to accept the current events and bring your focus within. So that covers acceptance, right? So whatever is going on the outside. All right, they're giving me quotes from Course in Miracles as they do. Let all things be exactly as they are. A lot of it's written in iambic pentameter. After a while, it sounds like Billy Shakespeare is channeling through you, right? Let all things be exactly as they are. You don't have to like it to accept it, but you can say, yep, whoop, there it is. All will become clear through meditation, hence that inner vision. This is a time for reflection and contemplation, a time to allow your inner wisdom to guide you. It makes sense with the new beginning, right? Like you don't necessarily want to take anything with you from the past except the wisdom that you gain from the experience of the past, and that's why to allow everything to be what it is on the outside, go further in and higher up. Thank you, C.S. Lewis. You will realize that there is nothing you need to change and that all is as it should be, right? Divine plan. You know what a judgment is? You know, people think, hey, you're saying judging. A judgment is essentially our determination that something's not part in the divine plan. What the fuck do we know, right? Talk about hubris. No wonder pride, hubris goeth before the fall. Not necessarily the parade, although I guess it happens in summer, so it does go before the fall. Trust, exclamation point. They do that a lot in this oracle. Even though the current flow of events is confusing, ain't it ever, there is a divine order to the madness. There's a divine plan in play. I call it the mother's plan, right? The mother of all. Before there was the Tao, there was her. If you're following me on Instagram, you're getting a good dose of that. It is only through love and acceptance that the divine order can be seen. And of course, because the ego won't see it, and there's a discussion as to what the ego is. We could have that another time. But the soul knows this already. And remember, you're not the body, right? You're an immortal, eternal being, a spiritual being, chosen to come play a role in a physical body during a time of intense transformation on planet Earth. So don't beat yourself up. Why did I choose this? You didn't. You just wanted to play the game. They assigned you the role. You will be touched by someone's generosity in the next few days. I'm down for that. So acceptance, generosity, clarity, and inner vision. ACIG instead of ACIM. Oh, I was raised by a nursery school teacher. I got mnemonic devices out the ass. Please don't make me go there. Let's get you an element of air. Healing with the Angels Oracle. So for the element of air, what is the healing angel? Maybe to help you focus your mind, right? This Charoite is talking about a higher mind deal going on, right? Not just wisdom, but that inner vision. Very third eye-ish. Breathe. As I call upon, lower back shift. As I call upon the angels and archangels of water, and the sign of Pisces, the Gabrielites of the West. Please, who are the healing angels that the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, need to think about, read about, tune to, right? Meditate upon with that Charoite, if they can get their hands on one. Amethyst will work fine. With this new beginnings in fire and Charoite in their earth, this new moon in gem to full and cap. Rock. Playfulness. Playfulness. Excuse me as I cough up the past week. It has not been very playful. I mean, I have my fun. But to have that playful state of mind, right? May all things be exactly as they are. I will be still an instant and go home. That's my favorite one of. Course in Miracles is worth it, but, you know, it tends to trigger goddess worshippers because it's all in masculine pronoun. It was transcribed in the early 70s. Change the pronouns. See what happens. Then you'll do the workbook. It's 365 lessons. I'm doing it again. Yeah. This is great. I mean, this playfulness. So, you know, why so serious? Let's lighten up. So, but what would the healing, how would the healing angels of playfulness function, right? It's not their name. Hello, playfulness. No, it's their grouping, right? It's their function. Would help you to lighten up, or maybe would help you to see the game of it all. Right? Now, in terms of karma, you got to see this from a much higher, newer dimensional space, right? Perspective. Go higher than what you believe this to be. See this as, well, what if I was cast to play this role? Oh, wait till you find out about meta-incarnation. Meta-incarnation is the 8th dimensional, I think, point of view that every life that's ever been on planet Earth, really, all forms of life, it's like an amusement park, and our souls are chosen to come down and play certain roles in order to develop soul power, right? For the soul to grow and evolve, which blesses all of life. Which means I'm not the only Angelo Lyons. You see what I'm saying? But I'm the one with purple hair, with a YouTube channel, professional witch, professional intuitive, blah, 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 blah. I may be the only one that gets the Archangel of Lions connection. So think, the one that was a model back in the 90s, dead. Okay, the one who was a rock star, oh, come on, sex, drugs, rock and roll, gone by the end of the 80s, right? I'm still here. Elaine Stritch. Okay, let's keep going. See, playful. So here's the party turner. If you are new, the party turner. If you've been watching for a while, you know the reputation of the Whispers of Love Oracle. Your makeup is terrible. Never been to Alaska, but I have been to Maine. So your element of water here. Let's see, with the higher selves of all involved, perhaps my own included, because I can resonate with this. Breathe. Yeah, but you know, the higher selves are always such a different vibe. They're so silent and still until they speak. They don't chatter like guides. Please, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love that you have for the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, on watching this video, receiving this reading, maybe even giving this reading, right? For their element of water, new beginnings in fire, Charawhite in earth, right? Acceptance, clarity, inner vision and generosity. I can remember shit. And playfulness in their element of air, which I already seem to be working with those healing angels after this week with a Mercury retrograde and Gemini squaring all things Pisces in my chart. What is the piece of information, inspiration, or insight you have for the Piscean collective this new moon? In Gem, to full, in Cap. Well, if they change their mind, be the first in line. Honey, you're still free. Take a chance on love. I know it doesn't rhyme. Well aware. Take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are forever changed. New beginnings, higher vision, right? Playfulness, an open heart, your innocence allowed to breathe and play. The innocence of your soul is untouched by this world, but we've covered it up with layers of lead and wondering why we're not attracting stuff. We need to alchemize that into gold, which is a conductor rather than an insulator. So to take a chance on love, and however this plays out for you, remember, it's a waxing moon. A little bit every day. Give yourself the love that only you can give you, right? Do the inner child work. Let yourself cry. Let yourself scream. Just don't burn down the house and don't attack people. Dolphin or shark, although this feels very dolphin. This feels, you know, it's not just what's written on the cards and what I know about the cards, it's the energy, right? And this is more playful. I think we're getting a reprieve from all that shadow work for a little while, all that empathic feeling everybody's everything, the fucking divine filters of the universe, helping planet Earth go through a really intense time of transformation. Oh, all those people repressing their emotions, they're coming up through the empaths. Which is why, you know, to lighten it up, to take that break. This isn't just about taking a risk. This is about taking a chance on love. And really, everything is fine. And even said it's like, you don't need to change a thing in the outside world. Let all things be exactly as they are. But to take a chance on love here, very, very interesting combo and how that's going to play itself out. And you don't know what that is yet because it's a new beginning. Well, let's get your element of spirit. Remember I just talked about Matt Kahn, right? Soul contracts, twin flames and soulmates redefined. Matt Kahn, K-H-N, like Madeline, Chaka, Kubla, Genghis, in terms of spelling. Wrath of. I love him. You don't know me. I know him. Yeah, whatever. This is his healing mantra deck. This will represent the element of spirit, which is sort of like how you're going to charge the spell, right? Once it's cast. So let's say you cast for new beginnings with a Chara White, healing angels of playfulness in the air, taking a chance on love. This would be how to keep it going, right? To wax it every day. Please take a nice deep breath. And honestly, I'm not so sure this is soul contract oriented. It very well may be, but let's just keep it in the eye, as they like to say in AAI. Please take a nice deep breath. Okay, I feel you. My Ascended Masters General Assembly. What is the perfect healing mantra for the Piscean collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video? Receiving this reading with new beginnings in the element of fire, let this magic in my spell clear the space in which I dwell, which can mean the body as well as all of this, inner and outer, with Charoite in their element of earth, right? Acceptance, clarity, inner vision, right? Inner vision and generosity. Someone will be very generous as the oracle. The element of earth with the healing angels of playfulness. And the element of water from the higher selves. Take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. And with a new beginning, to start something with love is a really, really good idea. I know. Please send it around if that's the one. One card in clarity, please. What is the perfect healing mantra for my fishy family? This new and gem to full and cap. Worth the wait. What was I just saying about take a chance on love? I take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. Untangling neglect. Look, I struggled with neglect. I didn't even realize I was being neglected because I was so defended against abuse. Right? Abuse can be overt. Obvious, right? Well, there are different demons in the pantheon of narcissism, right? They're not all active narcissists. They're passive narcissists. And narcissists rise as a result of being neglected as children. Just saying. I am not therapist, I am just a witch. But you cross enough of them on the path. You do the research, and I do mean research, not just a Google search, right? Untangling neglect. To say to yourself those things you always wanted to hear seems like a false exercise until you really take a chance on love and be just, all right, I'm going to give it a shot, right? And I'm going to take this all in because you're healing for a new beginning. Now look, Doreen Valiente, the Wiccan Read poetic version, and I always say this, I am no longer Wiccan. I was. I'm not anymore. I am an eclectic. I'm a fucking archangel and a witch and yeah, no, I'm about as eclectic as you get. I know, I am weird as AF. Weird AF. I think that was redundant. That word was redundant. So I get I'm not here for everybody on, I'm not here for everybody on YouTube, but certainly a reading like this as a Pisces, I can tell you that as if you do what this is all implying, not only will you not give a crap about what anybody else thinks, you're going to see that then the abuse, the neglect, the codependency, and the wounds of loss, which everybody has, you're going to get, oh my God, I have wounds of neglect. Like, I didn't even realize that until a few years ago when it became so very, very obvious. It is subtle neglect. It's the absence of something. So it's more the yin form of abuse than the yang. Let me read you this one. Untangling neglect. This is a hot card. Seriously, where are you? Untangling neglect. I take the time, right? This Charoite is saying, take the time to give myself all the approval I desire. And if you haven't read You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay, her second book, I think. First one was Heal Your Body. Second one was You Can Heal Your Life. A whole chapter in there about approval. Which is saying 100 times a day, I approve of myself. Although affirmations are not really my gig. Give me a mantra, and Matt's mantras. Why didn't you call them that? Really good. When neglect is untangled, you are no longer turning to outside sources for constant reassurance and validation. It's exactly what's written in that card. Instead, you are going within to the depths of your own heart to notice the parts of yourself that require the presence of your attention. They just said to me, this is a waxing moon thing. Don't love bomb yourself day one. So it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're emotional and sensitive. You're an empath. We don't even know whose energies we're feeling, right? In nurturing yourself in this way, you step forward as the first responder to each wound, concern, and desire, particularly when your desires don't seem to be manifesting. It's okay for you to want that, honey. That's a wonderful thing to want. And I don't know why it's not happening, but I love you. I think you're amazing. No, you may not feel that at first, but you're a Pisces, you will. Because that's how the soul sees you. That's how the divine sees you. That's how your guides see you. You want to tune yourself to your guides? Think like they think. Oh, work. I'm sorry, that calls for Thorpe. Get it right. Kitty Cat Maplethorpe. I believe I just said Maplethorpe. From this space, there becomes less of a likelihood of attracting relationships where further neglect occurs, simply because you have accepted your role as the one who nurtures the innocence within you, right? This new beginning and playfulness. Now look, let me just back that up a little bit before I finish this. Where are you? From this space, there becomes less of a likelihood of attracting relationships where further neglect occurs. Like when someone says, yeah, I'm in, I'm totally there, and then they don't show up. Right? That doesn't, it's not really abuse, it's neglect. Or they neglect to tell you the truth. And you know something's going on. And so they gaslight you. That's neglect. Are you with me? Yeah, I felt a lot of you go, oh, yeah. yeah. So this is how you undo this thing, no matter what. And that's why this card is saying, from an inner vision place, you're going to see, oh, I don't have to change anything. I'm going in. Everything out here is fine. Let's get into the control panel. Last bit here. This mantra is ideal for building self-confidence, surviving codependency, because that's why people lie. It's the third of the 4 ego wounds, right? Well, I can't tell you the truth. If I tell you the truth, you'll leave. And healing neediness. Shit. Let me put it together in a little prayersy-waresy for you, shall I? In a playful way. And honestly, if you could see yourself the way your higher self sees you, you'd do this all day long, and I highly recommend it. Please take a nice deep breath. My beloved pantheons of the divine, my ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism, Archangel Ariel, the Gabrielite angels and archangels, the higher selves of all involved, and the ascended masters, please, may the Piscean collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, I'm watching this video, receiving this reading, be blessed with all that we need this new moon in Gemini, waxing to full in Capricorn, that we could get the vibe of that Charoite, that acceptance that all is as it need be, the clarity that will come as that happens, the inner vision that is revealed to us, and the generosity that we are opening up to as we call upon the healing angels of playfulness, to take it lightly, to play the game, the quantum game, the soul's game, taking a chance on love rather than fear, because at the end of the day, in every moment, that's our free will, love or fear. And starting that, feeding that, beginning that with this new moon, untangling neglect, taking the time to give ourselves all the approval we desire as we cast for a new beginning, perhaps with a selenite wand. Let this magic in our spell clear the space in which we dwell, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as I will it. So let it be done. So motivate. So it is. I just started doing that in this series. It just cracks me up. Why? Because it's playful. And that music was made for my YouTube channel. Thank you much, Janet Grace Alvarado, Reverend Janet Grace Alvarado, wherever you are. She's a Taurus. She's probably not watching this. But if you know her, tell her I called her out. Yeah. She's made all the music for me on this stuff for 2016. Been doing this for a while. Not this. But been doing the spiritual teacher thing on YouTube and Vimeo since 2016. So if you're interested in any of my other stuff, go look back. You want a reading with me? Easy to book. Find me on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Slide into my DMs and we will set it up. We do it as a video call on Facebook. We could do Zoom. We can figure it out. And eventually I will be vaxxed and out in the world and doing readings again. But you know, if you're in Arizona, that's a tour, not a reading. Otherwise, check out my book, Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, on Kindle, $9.99, less than a pack of cigarettes. I should know, I still smoke. Only in prayer, though. Use it in its sacred context. American Spirit Yellow all the way, baby. Otherwise, what a really kick-ass read. Comment below if you like, if you can. I can understand maybe you wanted to keep some of this to yourself. But we have new beginnings ahead of us, and clear the fields, darling. I feel like we did that in this dark moon. We're ready to fly. We're ready to stretch our water wings and take to the sky. We'll see. Keep it light, my lovelies. Wishing you all the very best and the very, very blessed of this new moon in Gemini to full in Capricorn, my fishies. Hell. Farewell, and blessed, blessed be